So here's what's going on. It's actually slightly funny. So after you go through security again, there's okay guys, today is the day we travel back to Costa Rica. There's really good croissants in Costa Rica, but maybe not quite. That's the last we'll be seeing of that train station for probably a long time. Of the train, about a 1 to 2 hour ride, and now we're at the ginormous airport. Just gotta go find our terminal, and that's where our plane is gonna be. Must have slept for like an hour on the train, so I'm so groggy again. Now we just gotta find our gate. Shouldn't be too difficult, but this airport is pretty huge. Ginormous. Hiya! Whoa, almost fell there. Not used to escalators. I only use stairs, normally. As you may have seen in the clip, a hand got placed on my lens. So there was a little smudge, but we got that fixed. Now we just gotta find our gate, 1023. Now we're on our way to our gate, which is Z18. So we just have a bit of ways to go down the airport before we get there. Just weaving in and between and around everyone, which is nice. You can grab the wall. We don't need the moving floor. We have our own moving floor. So the plane's already boarding, everyone's already getting on over there. But we got a few minutes, so we're gonna munch down until then. Bad move. It's quite cold and foggy out here. It wasn't cold in the airport, so I took my sweater off. Bad move. Here we go. This is another plane. This one, oops, that was a bad one. There's 7 rows of seats on this plane. Just found out that there is an hour and 20 minutes delay, so we're going to be sitting here in the airplane, just sitting here, not moving, for about another hour and 20 minutes before we even get flying. And then we're flying for 9 to 10 hours or so. So it's like added an hour onto the flight. We're directly in the middle of the airplane. there's this guy, he's sitting right by the window. He must be like maybe one of the pilots or something, because when the plane was taking off and landing, he wasn't here. So then, since the plane is landing, he asked me, because he saw that I was filming, like, you know, like around the airplane. He asked if I wanted to sit here so that I could film the landing. So that's pretty awesome. So I'll be able to get some footage of the landing from the window, which was pretty lucky. Go. Woo. That was definitely a long flight, about a 9-10 hour flight. Have a penny. Okay, so here's what's going on. We missed our second flight. So you know how we missed the flight which was going to take us from New York to Costa Rica? Well, we missed the first one because there was a big delay. And then we got a new flight, which was going to be from here to Houston, and then from Houston to Costa Rica. But then we missed that flight because I guess the lady who gave us the new tickets, she didn't realize. She was like, okay, yeah, here's your tickets, but your plane's boarding right now. But we had to go through security again and stuff, but I didn't film that because they said that you had to put cameras away and you can't film or take photos of anything. And we were in a big rush. Then we came through there. I skateboarded down to the gate super quickly, trying to see if we could make it in time. They'd already closed the doors, plane has already taken off. So we had to talk to a new person, and he was able to get us a different flight. So later on today, in a few hours, we get a flight from here, New York, to Houston. We're gonna sleep in the airport overnight, and then tomorrow morning, we go to Costa Rica, and then we get our puddle jumper, hopefully. Oh gosh, so many delays, so much crazy stuff. But good news is we made it to the food court area, so there's lots of restaurants where we can get assortment of different foods. So that's the good news. You know, it's easy to get like bummed out and like, what a pain. But I guess on the bright side, I'll get a really good amount of time to just hang out and edit and do computery stuff. So that'll be fine. As long as there's an outlet. All I need is an outlet. Picked up some pizza here in New York. So here's what's going on. It's actually slightly funny. So after you go through security again, there's kind of like a T in the airport. A T, you go left or right. If you go left, you kind of go from maybe around 100 to 120, 30. In terms of the number of gate, and then if you go the other direction, it goes from 70 to like 100, and we're at 97. So they'll walk to literally the other end of the airport to get to our gate, but it's okay. Then you get to cover distance and get lots of energy out.
Ustedes arrancaron equipados con 4 salidas y 2 sistemas de fuego localizados en la parte trasera delantera del avión.
So including the pilots, there's just 7 people on this plane. Just 7 people. Pretty crazy. So this is just like 15-20 minutes, so it's a quick flight. We're now kind of stuck getting off of this little plane. There was hardly anyone, and it's very cramped, but that landing, no matter how many times you do it, it's sketchy every time because you can hardly see the runway, and then it looks like you're gonna miss it, and then you just barely land onto the runway. But here we go. Oh, it's so nice to be done with all the planes, all the traveling. Now we just have to drive home. Ah, home, sweet home. I cannot wait to get back in the jungle. There's this cart right here that brings all the luggage off of the plane, but apparently my skateboard fell off of that cart, so I almost forgot my skateboard, but luckily I remembered it. That would have been horrible. Been waiting for this. Ah, yes. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, guys, we are back from the trip. It has been a very long 2 days, lots of delays, but just so happy to be back. Now, first of all, just big thank you to Nimic for giving me the opportunity to go out there, film, be a part of the team, and you go on that trip, because if I hadn't been working and been a part of the team, then I wouldn't have had the opportunity to go to Germany and film and explore the city a bit. So, big thank you to them. Now, we're nearly at 100,000 subscribers. We're like so close, and by the time you're watching this video, we may already be past 100,000. But my plan is to do some live streams during the countdowns when I'm just like a few away. Start multiple live streams, maybe one on Instagram, one on YouTube, so that we can capture it live. And I'm still haven't figured out what I want to do to celebrate it. I mean, there's different things that I could do, but I feel just like a nice, like relaxing, just hike, exploring somewhere new, because that's what I really enjoy doing, hikes like that. So maybe we'll do something like that, but we'll have to see. If you have any great ideas, leave them in the comments. Much appreciated. Anyways, today's positive quote is, "Money is numbers and numbers never end. If it takes money to be happy, your search for happiness will never end." Now, sometimes I see quotes and I try to remember them to the best I can, but sometimes I mix words up or I forget to say a certain word. So sometimes the quote makes sense, sometimes it's like, that doesn't make total sense. But I think as long as the general concept of like what I'm trying to say gets across, then that's all that matters. But what this quote means to me is, if to you to feel content or to find joy is of just having lots of money and being able to buy lots of things, you may end up feeling like there's always more to get, because you buy this item and then it's like, but then there's the better thing, or the newer one comes out, and then there's something that costs, there's the newer version of that thing that's more expensive and it's newer, so I got to get that. And then once you get that, then there's a newer one. So you may end up feeling like you're always in this chase for getting more stuff, and then it feels like you just never can get there. Now, I feel like personally, I like to have, what brings me the most joy is like experiences. So things like just going on a nice hike, or checking out somewhere new. Now you could say, well, it takes money to do those things, and that is true. But it's not the act of buying stuff that is bringing me the joy. It's maybe I need the money to get from here to here, but what's actually bringing me happiness is the experience of maybe going on this hike. So maybe for you, what you really enjoy doing, just brings you like lots of joy, is hiking, just being out in the mountains with your backpack, carrying everything you need, just miles from civilization, just out hiking. Now, you may need money to buy the equipment that you need to do that, but it's not buying that equipment that is what is bringing you the most happiness. It's the experience of being out in the woods hiking. So that's what that quote means to me. Anyways, remember to keep always doing more awesome stuff. I'll see you guys tomorrow, early in the morning, and maybe in some live streams very soon to celebrate 100K.